is not the only food crop that can be exported from Nigeria. There are several other crops. Ginger is one of such. It can be found in large quantity in southern Kaduna, among other locations. Ginger is one of the most traded spices in the world, and Nigeria happens to be among the largest producers. Garlic is also closely related to this and is patronized for treatment of fever, coughs, headache, stomachache, among others. Cocoa butter. This is the real source of chocolate of all types. The fruit of cocoa is the end product of various skincare products, health products, and pharmaceutical products. The demand of cocoa is very high in both America and in the United Kingdom. Pure honey is another export commodity from Nigeria to other countries. Presently, a kilogram of honey costs above $150 in the international market. Pure natural honey contains well-traced enzymes as sugar, mineral, vitamins, and amino acids. A liter of honey can fetch good dollars in foreign market. And for rubber, Nigeria has put in place some proper central testing laboratories to ensure that only certified products leave the country for Europe and America, which are in dire need of the product. A cubic meter of fine quality rubber goes for between $400 and $600 because of the instability of dollar rates in the market. Soybeans is another crop which farmers and even processors are warming up to. The processing involves conditioning, then is sent to the flaker, from where the seeds are sent to the solvent plant, which makes it into flakes for extraction of vegetable oil. 5 trucks of soybeans go through this process daily, creating ready market for farmers in the neighborhood.
We mostly buy from farmers. Farmers are selling to us directly. We open doors for farmers to encourage them to buy high price with them. The middleman, which the supplier, also at times they come, but most of our procurement is from farmers, direct.
But even here, supply fluctuates.
During harvest period, we buy as much as we can, so that whatever we have available as a fund as of that time, we used to buy raw materials, so that by the time it is going away from farmers will not having it, we are still using and getting the one we are buying presently as we are buying today to sustain what we buy before.
However, the storage facility of 25,000 metric tons comes to the rescue.
Condition. Soya can stay like 3 years, 2 to 3 years, nothing happen on it. We still keep like that, and at the same time we still make use of it, raw one, because it is very good in fiber. The fiber coated on the body, which our area was breaking and showing you. When you keep it like that, it can stay up to 3 years. There is no problem.
An observation concerning exportation of agricultural produce in Nigeria has been processing, which is to add value as well as quality that is acceptable in other countries. This once again brings to the fore the issue of equipment for processing and storage. A cassava plantation, just one of the many belonging to Oreofe Cooperative in Ogun State. It's from here that part of the annual output of 34 million tons, which the Federal Ministry of Agriculture records for the country, comes from. The president of the cooperative explains how they work.
This cassava tree, by April we plant the cassava. This is how we plant it, from April. When you plant the ground like this, then we put the cassava tree. So then we do another one here. We put it in the ground. As you do this in April, until after the 7 months or 10 months, you come and uproot the cassava tree. So we uproot it like this. So we uproot it. So to come and harvest. So we are doing the harvest of this farm after the 8 months, by the grace of God. So
This also confirms the findings of the ministry that cassava is produced largely by small-scale farmers using rudimentary implements. In spite of this, their produce goes a long way. One of such is a processing plant in another part of the state. Here, about 50 women have been employed in the peeling section alone. It's the beginning of the processing of about 15 tons of cassava daily, most part handled manually.
This is the wet section where washing starts. The washing is done manually because we try to encourage local labor and use the community, like the women are peeling. Also, we employ labor locally so that we can keep the youths with us and reduce the mass migration of young people from the rural areas to urban areas. So she washes, and then it goes from here to be grated into pulp.
The first set of processing, which ends with dewatering, makes it into cassava cake. Then begins the next level of production, which turns the cake to flakes, from which edibles like gari is made. The picture is almost the same for many other crops. Palm fruits, which is the raw materials for making palm oil as well as palm kernel oil, also goes through minimal mechanical method. Both the palm kernel oil and palm oil end up in companies that produce soap.
This is where the oil are being poured. After we collect them from our customers, we transfer it into our own containers here. Now we begin this also serves as measurement, the measurement of the soap we produce. We collect them from our container to the boiling kettle.
In the boiling kettle, mixture is done, and then comes the soap, which serves both homes and industrial purposes. So now there's the talk of mechanized processing and storage, because obviously this will boost the country's revenue, and we hope this will be resolved in a very short time. Well, that's our story on this episode of the program. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ini John Mekwa.